For decades, Magic Kingdom was a dry park, but now, not only can you drink alcohol at table service restaurants, they've also opened a pirate bar. First ever, fully immersive pirate bar. Let's go check out Beak Barrel and find out if it's worth your gold doubloons. Beak Barrel is the first ever bar located in Magic Kingdom in Disney World. It is a pirate-themed bar with tons of interactive elements and a staff full of pirates and scallywags who will make it a good time. The menu is on the small side, but there are specialty cocktails, mocktails, bites, as well as beers and wines. There are 3 rooms. The main room I was in was the bar room. The longer side room is sort of the room for fancy pirates. There's portraiture and some of their nicer treasures displayed in here. This room does also have an interactive element with 2 ships in a bottle that do battle before one sinks the other, and you can actually watch the ship in a bottle sink. I don't know how they do it. Looks like magic. The bar is cursed. It's key to understand here that the bar is cursed. Rummy the pirate keeps coming out and saying, does anyone know how to get a curse out of a tavern? And I don't know. You don't know. Maybe we should learn. But the bar is cursed, and that's why these mystical things keep happening around the bar. The interactive elements are so cool. My personal favorite was when mermaids started approaching the tavern, which of course is a big danger.
Oh no! White blackbeard, sizzling whiskers! Crew! Sound the alarm! Mermaids! We got mermaids! All hands, shield your ears! Lest this blasted siren song turn us all into spellbound Way to keep your heads, everyone! As you were! Drink up, me hearties! Yeah!
And then there's also storms, and at one point the rum is gone, which will happen.
We want the rum! We want the rum! We want the rum! Yay!
There is a 45-minute time limit in the bar, and the show is a tight 45 minutes. So you will see pretty much every interaction if you spend your 45 minutes in the bar. You don't have to spend 45 minutes in there, but I do recommend using all of your time, and don't expect to get a little extra time. They are very strict about this. Rummy runs a tight ship, no pun intended. The pun was intended. It looks so cool in here. It really feels like you're like in Tortuga in a pirate bar. Just got like mystical treasures and probably cursed items that you want to touch because you're a pirate and you want to steal it. It feels so immersive. I'm a really big pirate girly, so this is by far my favorite environment between Disney's 3 immersive bars with Trader Sam's and Oga's Cantina. But I would say even if that's not your favorite of those 3 things, this looks so much cooler than Oga's Cantina, which has DJ Rex and has sort of the bar, and it feels like a Star Wars cantina, but the lighting is dim and moody, and it feels so tucked away from Magic Kingdom in like a whole nother world, which is perfect for an immersive bar. I am in the main room, which is where Rummy, who runs the bar, he's a talking parrot with an eye patch, and that's kind of like the star center room, but every room has its own hidden detail, so keep your eyes peeled, and don't be disappointed if you're not in that main room, because you never know what surprises might pop up around your table.
I'm sure that's fine. Not a problem at all. Well, I'll be at my desk. Crew, sort that out, will you?
Now, like all pirate ships, there is a code that Beak Barrel does follow, and unfortunately that means some rules to this bar. It is a 45-minute time limit, and they are very strict about this. You also might be seated or standing with other parties, as the seating is kind of communal, a lot like Oga's Cantina. And you are limited to 2 drinks per person, whether alcoholic or non-alcoholic, it doesn't matter. Now I know you're seeing all this and you're thinking, dang, I would really love a reservation to Beak Barrel, but there are none available. Don't despair, mon ami. Keep an eye out on the reservation system. We have seen Beak Barrel reservations dropping almost daily, sometimes for the day of, sometimes for further out. And anytime someone's plans change and they cancel their reservation, that reservation becomes available. So just keep trying, and you'll likely find a reservation for just a couple of days out. Just be ready to be flexible with your plans. You absolutely do need a reservation for Beak Barrel though, as you will not be getting in. There is no walk-up wait list, and they are super strict about only allowing reservations in and sticking to your reservation time very, very strictly. You wouldn't think pirates are that into rules, but think about the codes. Think about the codes. Parlay, you're familiar. Let's talk about the drinks. There are a number of cocktails on this menu, and I was pretty happy to see that they are not all rum tiki drinks as I was expecting. Pirates love rum, but I do not. But there's a good variety here. I would say there's something for everyone, and some of them come in souvenir mugs that you can take to keep, like drinking out of a skull, which is something that's very piratey. Now, my biggest question when walking into this was, how does this stack up to Disney's other immersive bars, specifically the Star Wars bar in Hollywood Studios' Oga's Cantina and Trader Sam's Grog Grotto at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort? And personally, I liked this a lot better than both of those options. One thing I can say with absolute certainty that everyone will agree on is that the atmosphere at this bar goes beyond the other two. Trader Sam's is a cool atmosphere, but it's a little dark, and the theme elements do feel a bit dated at this time. Oga's Cantina, super cool, feels like a Star Wars cantina, but doesn't really feel like Mos Eisley, which is what a lot of folks want, and can feel a bit bare depending on where your seat is. This bar, the richest atmosphere I have seen Disney do in a restaurant space in a long time. The shelves are loaded with treasures. There are details everywhere you look and interactivity everywhere you look. So I think that this bar really has the atmosphere on lock. I would put the menu on the same level as Oga's Cantina when it comes to the drinks. The drinks feel themed, but they're also very tasty drinks. Trader Sam's is maybe another step beyond when it comes to drinks, but there's less variety. All rum drinks, all tiki. Food-wise, Beak Barrel's up there. I also like Trader Sam's for the food, but Oga's Cantina has bad food. So it's in the good space there. Of course, there's different strokes for different folks, so it might be that Oga's still stands out to you as a better experience. Trader Sam's might be your go-to no matter what they open, but for me, Beak Barrel stands out above the other two. One of the drinks I tried was the Siren's Whisper. This one was super fun because they do actually put a little drop of mermaid tears in it. I don't know what the mermaid tears is. I think it might just be a little drop of water, but it was exciting when my pirate server did it. This drink is going to be primarily rum and blue curacao with a couple of other liqueurs in there and some other fruit juices. Very classic rum drink. On the sweet side, a lot of white rum, beachy, tiki bar-esque. If you like something fruity but a little more balanced, you could try out the Lit Fuse, which is mezcal with a creme de banana liqueur, coconut water, and more. There's some chili bitters in here, but I would not say this drink has too much heat to it. The primary flavor is that creme de banana, so a nice and fruity drink, feels super tropical without being overly sweet. Our barrels ablaze with bourbon, honey, lemon, and chili. Sounds basic. This was not basic. This was incredible. Really, really delicious cocktail, and one of the spiciest cocktails I have ever had in Disney World. The more you drank this, the more it burned. And I mean that in a very pleasant way, but wow, was this a spicy one. And then the Hibiscus Rum Punch Royale is one of the prettier drinks on the menu, not in the souvenir cups. This one comes in a mule cup, and it is a Prosecco punch. So there's Prosecco in there along with rum and hibiscus, a couple other things. Super balanced and light and very refreshing and drinkable. This was a great option for someone who does tend to swing towards wine or wine spritzers or seltzers. This drink kind of captures that sort of vibe. Now the food. The From the Galley section of the menu is pretty limited. There are only 4 things, and 2 of them are sort of just different versions of the same thing. Kraken's Catch is probably the most exciting thing here. This is the octopus tentacles marinated in lemon and lime juice with olives, bell peppers, avocado, and more. This is obviously interesting. Eating octopus tentacles is an interesting time whenever you do it.
Now I'm gonna eat tentacles. There's olives and tentacles in this. 2 things that many people love. And apparently I'm one of them. Wow.
My biggest complaint here was there was no clear tentacle to the presentation, which it kind of seemed like there would be based on some of the pictures from Disney. And I think when you have something like this, it does lean towards being a more novelty item, and having a visual tentacle, whether it was an actual tentacle or something else, would have, I think, helped this a little bit because it did look a little boring. That said, it was really tasty. The Cook's Corn Griddle Cakes with Chipotle braised chicken is the one that we tried. There's also one with roasted corn and poblano peppers instead of the chicken, so that's pretty cool. You've got a vegetarian option. This was tasty, a nice well done corn cake, very thick with a lot of great flavor, and everything sort of melded together into this savory, almost smoky because of the chipotle sort of bite. Tons of chicken in there and a very nice amount of cheese. Don't be afraid of the chili peppers, there wasn't a ton of heat to this. But my favorite thing from the galley is the island provisions. This dish actually comes with a song. When they bring it out to you, they teach you a little song and they make you sing it. And it was super fun hearing people singing this song all around the restaurant the whole time, added to the atmosphere. And super cute, also helped you remember what you were eating. It explained the dish really succinctly, so I like a little song from a couple pirate friends. All 4 of these dips were incredible. My favorites were probably the garlic chimichurri and the cilantro cream dips, but I loved the fruit in the mango chutney and the spiced guava, and all of the dips somehow went well on all of the things to dip. Plantain chips, blue corn tortillas, toasted flatbread, just an awesome, super shareable sort of appetizer.
If you only get one food item, get the chips and dip. So shareable, so delicious, so many options. Mix and match what you're dipping in your dip. Delish.
Should you actually make time for this on your Magic Kingdom day? My answer is maybe. Kind of depends on your party, but for me, this is a super cool bar, and though the 45-minute time limit does feel very limiting when you're in there, it's kind of nice because it means that you won't find yourself losing too much of your park day to being in here. I love it because it is so immersive. It still very much has the feel of a theme park attraction, so it doesn't feel like you're just taking part of your park day to go to a bar. I would do Beak Barrel during my Magic Kingdom park day, and if you love pirates, you should too. But if you're just looking for a super cool themed bar and don't want to lose your park time, head to Trader Sam's Grog Grotto over at Polynesian Village Resort. Just be ready to wait, usually like a 3-hour wait. If you're still here, drop this secret code in the comments so I know you made it all the way. And please like this video, it helps us out a whole ton. Plus, don't forget to subscribe. We upload tips, reviews, games, and more from Disney World and beyond all week. Why? Because we're serious about fun. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Avast! Arrgh. We be commandeer in this vessel. Is that what Will Turner says when he's being a bad pirate? Because I think I'm being a bad pirate right now. I love pirates.